She already told me. She asked me beforehand. She has an old Lincoln hearse, like a hearse, like a car that I told you she's goth.
Whoa, bro! Like, what are you doing with the hearse?
She's in a Hurst car club. I get into this Hurst car clubs. I don't freaking know.
Now, what was her credit score?
She had decent credit.
I
forgot, man. It's been a while. I was looking at so many people, but she had decent credit.
Man, we're about to be holding some weird rituals in your crib. Steve ran into a goth girl with okay credit and a hearse. Whoa.
Hearse, yeah. I didn't even get to the crazy part.
That ain't the crazy part? She rolled up to your crib in a hearse.
No.
Go ahead, man.
Welcome to Live, Let, Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
Oh, my bad. I almost did you.
Let's try that again.
Go ahead.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let
Thrive. What's up, man?
Man, I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Getting your notes up and running.
Yeah. Had to share it to everybody real quick. Man, so what episode we on?
This is episode 86 of your favorite podcast in the world, Live, Let, Thrive.
All right, man. So first off,
You're
start
scooting
this
this way.
episode. There you go.
There
Push
we go.
back.
Sorry. Yeah, push back.
All right. So start this episode. We got to start off by saying rest in peace to the great, not only a rapper, but a real estate investor, inspired me. Shout out and rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, and shout out to his family. Thoughts and prayers are with them, more in London and all them, man. So started off like that.
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I didn't really know his music too much until the tragedy happened.
Yeah.
And I was jamming it today though, and he had some good songs, man. Good songs.
Yeah.
Good stuff. He was a talented lyricist. And I guess tell us a little bit about Nipsey and why particularly he inspired you.
Man, not only was he a rapper, I listen to his raps a little bit, but I'm always more interested in what people bring to the table, and he brought a lot to the table, like not outside of rap, like community building, revitalizing neighborhoods. He was killed outside of his store where he owned a commercial building. It was crazy. I was listening to a story about the building that he bought, and he was saying when he went in there when he was younger, and like the guy who was a tenant in one of the buildings, he always talked about how he didn't really want to let the neighborhood people in, and Nipsey said he looked at it, he thought that was like, man, kind of messed up, so he ended up, when he got older, he ended up buying the building, and the guy is now his tenant, but yeah, it's just, but yeah, he inspired me about real estate. He talked about a bunch of different stuff, like he always talked about assets, liabilities, him, Master P, J Prince, those guys who had to like really go through it to get there, they really inspired me, and Nipsey Hussle was definitely one of them. So yeah, we lost a real one. Yeah,
he's a rapper, innovator out of activist. Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
And Los Angeles, man, it's a crazy city. It's a city of dreams, and it could be the city of nightmares too. It's just it's such a, it's a cool place. It's a cool place. I used to love going. And but yeah, man, it seems like it's always bordering on the edge of chaos, if that makes sense.
Yeah, L.A.
But that's why so much good music and so much good, art and entertainment comes out of there because of that, like, balance of good and evil, all mixed up, right?
Yeah, that's the thing about L.A., man. It's always been that way, especially through the music. You can definitely tell. Like, they always set another barrier, especially with music. Like when NWA first came out, man, that just that shook the nation, the stuff they were saying, and just putting it out there on mainstream, and people just really speaking their mind about it, So yeah, man, it's a sad day.
Sad day, but celebrate his spirit by sharing some good entrepreneurialism with you guys, some good business, some good hustle. His name was Hustle. Yeah,
there you go. Keep the hustle going.
Keep the hustle going, man. And plus, I guess it always teaches me a lesson. It always shows me something when someone goes too young. It's like, hey, you never know what tomorrow's gonna be, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get hit by a car. Could some crazy stuff happen? You never know. So, I mean, enjoy it while you're here. Don't get too. I guess some people get too workaholic-y. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
And even entrepreneurialism can take over your life a little bit. You just be all about getting more and more and more. But you got to have a balance. You got to enjoy it while you're here too.
Yeah, man. I'm happy you said a balance, man. It's one thing me and Mahogany decided to do. What you said about enjoying life. Like, we decided every Friday we'll go out on a date. Every Saturday we have a whole family day. And every 9 days we're going to travel. Just so you can just kind of, like, because I remember it was actually inspired by you. You said, man, vacationing is relaxing to the soul. That's true. That is true, man. So,
true?
You got to unplug sometimes.
They said every Friday you go out on a date with each other?
Yeah.
Doing no Will Smith, Jada Pinkett stuff.
Wow. That's funny. They just talked about that. They actually listened to their show, Red Table Talk. Man, they're some deep people, man. They're very deep individuals.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very deep individuals.
I mean, they're sticking together, and that don't happen in Hollywood, man. It's just they're actors, actresses, hooked on the making movies with the hottest people on the planet. It's temptation everywhere. So most marriages don't last over there.
Yeah, that Hollywood life, that's a different animal. But
it's a different animal.
Yeah.
And people here, man, they mess up with the freaking UPS dude or some crap like that.
Damn.
They used to say milkman. Now you say the Amazon man. I don't know.
The Prime man. We're slanging Prime packages in there.
Priming the pump.
But yeah, man. So what have you been up to? I know you got a lot of notes. The house hunting, you hustling.
I got a lot of stuff going on. Real quick, I just really wanted to touch base with. You said y'all stopped Airbnb out of your house.
Yeah.
So how is it having your house back, your entire house back?
It's dope, man. I like it. At first, you always think, like, man, we cutting off a stream of income. You're like, we want to do it. But it's been cool. You have that privacy back. You can walk around naked if you want to. So, I love it.
Yeah. You walk around in your drawers. You said naked. I was thinking
drawers. Drawers, naked. Yeah, ain't nobody at the house no more, I was thinking drawers. Nah, but, it's cool. It's relaxing. My son's way happier. He has his room back. He don't like to sleep up there, but he got his room back. He don't come down and mess with us no more. He's got my room. I'm chilling.
He's chilling, right?
Yeah, but other than that, it's been pretty cool. I thought it was gonna be but I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm paying that mortgage on the first. I'm like, dang. But nah, it is what it is.
But it's Airbnb ready as soon as y'all go on a vacation or something, right?
No,
you're not even gonna rent it out then. 100% Airbnb free.
Yeah, Airbnb free, man. But I close on the 26th.
On
my refi.
On your refi. Nice. Getting a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, got a nice rate. That's the better thing. My rate only went up 0.4%.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you did cash out refi in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang, that's not bad. I need to look into that.
Yeah, I was like looking at it, but but right now you're about to buy. Well, I don't know. Those rates skyrocket because I had them do it on all my properties, investment properties and personal properties. Man, that rate skyrocket on investment properties.
Oh snap!
Unless here's another trick. You can refi as a second home.
Yeah, you could do that, right?
Yeah, you can refi as your second home.
Okay.
Which I didn't think about it when I was filling out everything. I was like, dang, I could refi as a second home and get the same rate.
Oh well.
But I don't know the implications of that, like how they check it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be hard to check, right? It'd be hard to check.
Like how they would prove like this your second home, or
I don't know. I don't know if they care too much. I mean, they're getting paid by you every month, right?
Yeah, for real. That's how I look at it. But
But that's the banking industry.
Yeah.
we're closing on. I said it in the last show. We're closing on a house.
Yeah. The
house with the pool. And so that's just like, it's always been my dream. You know, I know it's gonna be a bunch of work, but you know, I mean, shit, you gotta, if you got an itch, you know, it's just you gotta scratch it every now and then. And so we're closing. They checked out the pool and everything. Here's a tip. Okay. To our listeners out there. If you ever you're gonna buy a house with a pool. Now I learned this. I wouldn't say the hard way. It wasn't a huge whatever, but you got the inspection guy, right?
Yeah. And
so the inspection, and they go do the inspection, and you pay like $100 more if you want them to inspect the pool.
For real?
Yeah, a pool inspection is separate. And so, termite inspection is like another $80 or whatever, and that's he calls out his buddy, and his buddy goes and does the inspection. But anyways, so I paid the extra $100, and he did like just like the most basic pool inspection there was, and I was asking about this, asking about that, asking about the the quality of the what is it called, the
pump system, or
the pump system, and then I guess the inside of the pool, the I guess on the inside the I can't even say
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the inside part of the pool starts wearing out a little after you.
Oh, okay. Like you're, it's a concrete pool, right?
Yeah, it's concrete. So, okay. Yeah. Anyways, the concrete starts wearing out or whatever that is. And I was asking him about that, and he said, "Well, I really can't say because I'm not a professional pool inspector. You might have to call one of the. What the hell am I paying you $100 for, man?" So
he ain't no salesman either. At least he kept it 100.
Kept it 100. But the thing is, you could pay a pool inspector, like one from the pool companies, to go out there and pay him $170, and they do the thorough top to bottom pool inspection. But luckily they that was part of the we did the inspection and everything, and told them this is what we want to fix or whatever, and they agreed to fix most of it, plus give us some more cash towards closing, which is great, less out of pocket.
Yeah.
And the pool part, we said, it has whatever the inspection he did. He said, it needs to be check this, and this part needs to be examined by a professional pool inspector. And so we asked them to do that, and so they agreed. And so they sent out a guy. They paid the money to get a professional pool inspector in there and to fix all the problems that it had. And so they ended up paying like almost $2,000 to fix it. The little things, just the little things that it needs.
Dang, man.
And so we got a good deal out of it. So now we gotta. Yeah, man, I can't wait to just dive in the pool, man. I'll let you know. For the pool party.
You got your pool. Yeah. We got to have a pool party over there.
And so we're closing on that. And, we got the baby. I was at the doctor's today checking out the sonograms. We got some more sonograms on the baby. We still don't know the sex yet, but we'll find out shortly. We'll find out in about 4 weeks or so. And, hopefully it's a boy. We'll see.
I mean, boy, if it's
yeah.
You got 2 girls?
Yeah, 2 girls, and then
you got to get that boy. Gonna keep trying till you get a boy.
Even our dog's a girl. It's all girls here, man. I need to.
Yeah, my wife's in a house with all boys, so
so she wants a daughter.
Yeah. I do too. I want a daughter. It'd be nice to have a daughter.
It's cool, man. Kids are fun.
Yeah.
They put things in perspective.
Yeah, they do.
So we were talking about on the show today who inspires us to hustle, and you had mentioned Nipsey Hussle, and very inspiring dude. Sucks he got killed, he got mowed down, and I guess, man, I mean, there's so many. It's crazy because like I listen to Bigger Pockets and a bunch of other real estate podcasts, and just I mean, you've heard Tony Robbins speak before. You've been to his events, and of course, you can't leave that place without being inspired, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, people like that. It's cool to listen to, and it's.
Where you going with this, Steve?
Yeah, most people the next day don't do nothing with it, right?
I already knew it was going to be. He has that room inspiration. I listen to a podcast, it was Colin Cowherd. He goes, yeah, Tony Robbins is good. He's going to inspire you, Then you go back home, you sit on the couch, and you realize Tony Robbins ain't there. So you got to get up and do it yourself. So, it was, I kind of seen the, and that's why, and I think I always say on here, I say, man, don't let it, if you're inspired, don't let it die. Write down whatever it is you need to do it. And one thing I've been noticing the last couple of days, what I've been doing, so my mind's more focused and not so scatterbrained, I've been writing down like my daily tasks, like my tasks at work, my tasks at home, my tasks for my business. Once you start doing that, man, you'll realize how fast you can grow. Definitely. Like you grow really fast and you're more focused on what you're doing. Writing stuff down like makes things so much easier.
And not just into your iPhone either.
Man, I had to stop doing that. I just had a conversation about that. I'm like, man, that does not work.
It would just sit there.
It would just sit there. Like, and you don't have access to it. If I have it right here in front of me, you got to go to the iPhone. Plus, you're distracted by so many things on the iPhone. Your notes. You got this note. You got that note. You got a text message coming in. You got Facebook going on. Instagram's blowing up. I'm like, man, so, yeah.
It's funny. It's like, it's so bad. Like, our attention spans have become so short that it'll be like, I will think of something. Oh, dude, I got to look this up real quick. I will reach into my pocket. From the moment I go down and reach in the pocket, pull it out, and I go to look what I was going to look at, I'm already on Facebook, or I'm already on, I'm like, for real? Or I'm already on the default websites that I like to look at. And I'm like, what the hell was I going to look up?
There you go, man. For real, dude.
Fraction of a second. That shit just fell out of my head already.
Bro, it's crazy. That's why I was like, man, I got to write stuff down. I got to write stuff down.
And you see my hands. I mean, I'm always writing all over my hands. For real? That's the only way I'll ever remember anything.
Really? And man, you got to get some paper, man.
I mean, yeah. But then I'll just leave the paper somewhere or something.
Oh,
but
man.
It stays with me. And that's the only way I can accomplish tasks, if I write it on my hand.
That's a new one. Okay.
It's crazy.
Write it on your hand.
And so,
I have to start doing that. Okay.
So, we've spoken about Grant Cardone on the show. He's a pretty inspirational dude. But even though he's, I'm not saying he's ripping people off. I'm just saying he's getting a big cut of what he's doing for you.
Yeah, man.
But see, he only invests. He's an investor that does big deals. Multifamily, like when I say multifamily, he does like giant apartment complexes, stuff, condo syndication, and but I think his persona is so infectious, just so he's like a cool dude, someone you want to hang out with, kick it with, and so he only lets accredited investors invest with them, so you got to have some cash or have some big assets or something, so people with money can invest with him. You and I mean, well, not yet. You
can't get with Grant Cardone.
We can't get with Grant.
You can take his what's it called though? His
class, his school.
Nah, you can. What was I trying to say? You can take the game that he shows you and use it for yourself. Same with Dave Ramsey. You know what he does. He talks about being debt free, but you make all that money off that radio station. That ain't crazy. And off books. He preaches that to his. Like, he might not use credit card debt, but he ain't got to work as hard as you either, bro. Just saying. But yeah.
But he back to Grant real quick. He was just he's like this cool mofo, and I think a lot of these accredited investors, if they got to the point where they're accredited investor with a lot of money in the bank and with a lot of assets, they've got their stuff, they've got their money put into good spots already. I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
Where it's growing, where it's working for them.
Correct.
So they can afford to throw 100 G's at Grant, and they can go hang out with him and his parties and become one of his buddies and speak at his events. It's like you could probably get a watch similar to a Rolex for half the price, right? A really good watch, or even a fraction of the price, but it don't say Rolex.
Oh man, see, because I got me a Michael Kors on.
It's a nice watch.
I don't know if it's real.
You hadn't turned your hand green yet, so
because I'm over here looking up what is the definition of an accredited investor. Like, I think it's person considering it. Okay, you have to have a net worth exceeding $1 million.
There you go.
Either individually or jointly with his spouse. A net worth? Yeah, I ain't close, bro. I ain't close. I thought you could cash flow to be like had a certain income to be an accredited investor. I forgot what it was. It might be $100K a month. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not for certain. But hola, call it? So real quickly, as I had spoken before about my buddy Shelby. He at work he decided to start trying Airbnb out of his house, and
he was living in it, house hacking.
He was living in it, and then Airbnb out of the house. And anyways, he told me he did it for almost a month. I guess he had to because some lady rented it like pretty quickly after he posted it. Yeah, and she stayed there 18 days.
He wasn't ready for that. He
said he wasn't bargaining for no roommate, man. And so he just didn't like how it felt. I think he's more of a loner, he's not the most sociable guy at work.
That's me.
Yeah. Well, you seem like you get along with everybody and you're cool. You talk. Over at the meetups. You're the life of the meetup.
Yeah. It depends on where like the situation. But when I'm at my house, like I let Mahogany do all the greeting and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like ours was perfect for how it was set up because like they're upstairs, I'm downstairs. I don't really ever see them.
Yeah.
So it worked. But yeah, I'd be interested to know how his house is set up.
It's a ranch style,
1 story.
Yeah, 1 story.
So when you walk in the living room, you see everybody.
I think it's kind of like a two living room setup, something like that.
Okay.
And so, but they have access to the to one of the living rooms, and then the kitchen. He just when I saw him today, I hadn't seen him in a while, right?
Yeah.
And so he said, "Man, here." He hands me his phone. Delete this shit off my phone. So how do I take this off? Do I just delete the app? No, man. You gotta
delete the app.
You have people knocking on your door if you just delete the app. You gotta go in there and deactivate the accounts. Yeah. And I said, you want to wipe them clean or you want to leave them for just maybe you travel? No, man, I just want them gone. I want them gone. And so I deactivated his accounts. And one of the big issues with him, and he never figured out how to do it or called the company, but he has an alarm system. And he said, man, I'm having to turn my alarm system off, and so people can come in and out whenever or whatever. Uh-huh. And when I'm out of town, I have to leave it off because it'll activate. And so I was like, well, I mean, I told you could find put a code for someone. Every new guest have their own code, and when they leave, just change the code. But I guess he didn't find a hack for that, a fix for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he didn't like having his alarm off.
I mean, if people see people in and out of your house, they ain't gonna come up in there.
That's what I was thinking. I never really worried when I Airbnb'd the Hurst house when I had guests there. I only really worried about the house when no one was there. I was always a little bit when I didn't have a booking for a couple of days. I was like, crap, the house is by itself. Hope everything's cool. But when I had someone there someone locked in, no one.
Yeah, that's my thing. Even if you don't have somebody there, like most people break in your house, they know you anyway. I mean, let's be honest with you, they know you, and they know your schedule. So my thing with that is, I wasn't really tripping, even if somebody's not there, because it's so many people in and out. People don't know who's there and who's not there at that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially with an Airbnb brings a lot of traffic. So that's a little interesting. That's another perspective of having an Airbnb as a house. I don't really worry about break-ins too much. I mean, it can happen, but people don't know your guest schedule.
Yeah.
And most people only break into houses if they know you weren't there.
Yeah. If they're smart burglars, they don't want to get shot.
Yeah, it ain't
this
too
is
many.
Texas.
Yeah, it ain't too many burglars that's dumb like that, man. Like seriously, people ain't about to risk no shotty to the chest for on TV, man.
I got a lot of gun crazy dudes at work that would actually they're hoping for a day someone tries to break in and rob.
I'm kind of one of them dudes, man. Like, seriously, you break in on my family, you crazy. Yeah, you're crazy.
Gun safety.
Yeah.
This is Texas, y'all. Y'all don't do that. Come on, man. One thing. Okay, I I alluded to the fact that I was gonna stop Airbnb out of the Hurst house, and so my new tenant moved in a couple of days ago, right?
Oh snap! Okay,
yeah. And my wife was there with the baby. We did the last turnover. We finished the house and got it ready for them. I say them. It's her and her little Chihuahua. And so it's the one that I said she's a goth girl. She's goth.
She
goth.
told you that?
Well, you can tell by looking at her.
Oh, I thought she said she
nose rings. And she wears black kind of. And
how old is she?
Shoot, like 40.
What age do you grow out of that shit? I mean, that stuff. My bad. Like, dang. Like, when you're 40, dog. Like, I remember seeing people in high school like that. Like, you.
It's a lifestyle, man.
Oh, hey, that's how it is. My bad.
She's not like all the way paint her face white goth. She's just alternative looking,
I don't want to offend nobody if that's the goth. That's their lifestyle,
That's just how she is. It's cool. I mean, she's cool. Yeah. And anyways, she got there. She got there about, I don't know, let's say 4 p.m. We're already done with the turnover, whatever. And she pulls up with the van, the moving van, right? Mm-hmm. And so, and I told you she makes her money gaming. People watching her play video games. I didn't even know there was you told me that people make good money doing that shit, but
yeah, they do if they got enough followers. But I'd ask her for a YouTube page. What's your Twitch account? Just
Twitch,
to verify.
I think she mentioned Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, just to verify it.
So well, she showed me her statements, from making it. She made pretty good money. Damn. And enough to pay the rent at least. And so, so anyways. She already told me. She asked me beforehand. She has an old Lincoln hearse, like a hearse, like a car that I told you she's goth.
Whoa, bro! Like, what are you doing with the hearse?
She's in a Hurst car club. I get into this Hurst car clubs. I don't freaking know.
Now, what was her credit score?
She had decent credit.
Credit.
I forgot, man. It's been a while. I was looking at so many people. But she had decent credit.
Man, they're about to be holding some weird rituals in your crib. Steve ran into a goth girl with okay credit in a hearse. Whoa.
I didn't even get to the crazy part.
That ain't the crazy part? She rolled up to your crib in a hearse.
No.
Go ahead, man.
She didn't bring the hearse yet. She did now. I mean, but
I forgot to. Oh man, I'm sorry, man.
The little Chihuahua scared him a little bit.
Oh man, go ahead.
He talking about hearses and needs something to touch him. Oh, it's a spirit.
Man.
Yeah, I know. And anyways, so she's in a Hurst club. She didn't bring it that day, but she had brought it. But she said, she asked me that before she moved in. Is it cool because I have this Hurst, blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, I guess it's cool. I mean, she goes a lot of places don't want those parked in front of their house. Like if she rents a house in a community with an HOA, HOAs will say no, you can't park a Hurst in front of your house. I can see that, yeah. But if you look at it, if it's your daily driver, if it's the Ghostbuster car, you're gonna you can drive your daily driver. They can't tell you what kind of car you can have, right? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not
HOA.
I hate HOAs,
me too,
man, with a passion. Anyways, so she pulls up, with the truck. I said, I'll help you unload. Started unloading some things. She pulled out this life size, like I wouldn't say skeleton. You've seen Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, it's like a life-size kind of zombie-looking thing with a suit on, and she's like, "Oh, that's Tommy or whatever she called it." He rides with me in the Hurst when
she said this. Oh, bro, who'd you went to, man?
The thing is, she's gonna leave the Hurst there covered, whatever. She pretty much told me, that's her car. She leaves it. She doesn't hardly ever drive it. She stays inside, plays video games all day, and gets paid. That's pretty much what she does. We're walking distance to a Walmart, neighborhood Walmart, and she says she pretty much will just walk there, get what she needs. She don't really, there's a dog park walking distance, and she likes the neighborhood, thinks it's cool. She's not going to be out, she's not probably not even drive that much, know. Anyways, so I just thought it's a unique situation. And, if she pays rent every month, I'm cool with it.
Man, I wonder how that is, man. You probably can't Airbnb that spot when she's gone, man. She got Tales from the Crypt and a hearse up in there. You like, oh, somebody walk up in there and be like, hey, I need my money back. I don't know. That's wild, man. But hey, it's different strokes for different folks, Hey, it is what it is.
I'm going to get a priest after she leaves, Throw some holy water around. Be all right.
Dang, man, that's crazy. She said a Tales from the Crypt.
But cool gal. My wife thought she was real cool, and she's a real cool girl. She just has a little different view on life, man.
Yeah. I'm all down. If you want a video game and make money, do it. If you can make money sitting at your house on your butt, do it.
Hey, green is the only color I care about.
Straight up. Straight up.
So yeah, man. What you see? We haven't talked about your timeshares in a while, and that's like when we get emails from people. That's the number one question: timeshare. I want to talk to Myka about timeshares. Man. So how's the timeshares doing?
Man, they did real good last month. I took a month off because I had to rearrange some things, hire VAs, and change my structure a little bit.
And by VAs, you mean virtual assistants? Yeah,
virtual assistants. I just had to come up with more little ways to structure it because the timeshare company is trying to make it kind of hard to do it. But it's been doing pretty good. Last month it did real good. This month I'm getting a VA onboarded to finish up everything. Just to finish up the whole, getting everything updated how it used to be. But yeah, it's been doing pretty well. Last month I made a nice little chunk of change off of it. So it's been going pretty well. And I actually, it's funny you asked, like you said, people ask about the timeshares. This last month, man, I've been talking to a lot of people on Clarity about the timeshares.
On Clarity?
Mm-hmm. They're hitting me up about it.
Oh, that's when they pay you to talk to you. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, man. Sold a course a couple weeks ago. Been selling some courses. And also, our first mastermind meeting's coming up. So that's pretty cool. That's people in the course and the people that we chop it up with all the time. We have a real estate mastermind course. So yeah, man. Timeshares have been good, but I'm in.
So describe real quick how you make money off timeshares. Just a little synopsis.
Yeah. Take a place that's $65 a night, and I'll rent it out for $90 to $150 a night, depending on the demand for it. Yeah. So it's just arbitraging, simply what it is.
And these are just weeks that the timeshare company throws at you as like bonus weeks, or what are they?
No. It's bonus time. Like I don't even have to do weeks. I can do a day. One, like if you wanted to book someplace in San Diego tonight and I have availability, I'll sell it. It could be anywhere that I have availability. Mexico, Fiji. I can send a bunch of people to Fiji. San Antonio. If I have the availability, I can just sell it. It's bonus time, which is time like 2 days from now, like from today. Like today's Wednesday, so I can book bonus time 48 hours out, so I can book all throughout the weekend anywhere in the U.S. And the U.S. and all across the country, really, all across the world, actually.
Nice. And as a reboot, it was your parents gave you a timeshare for your wedding gift, No,
they didn't use it, so I just took it. And they said, hey, well, all right, They just gave me the login for it, and I was just, we were sitting in Vegas. I used it, and I went to Vegas, and me and my husband were like, dang, we can make some money off this. I was like, I put one up in Vegas and started making money, and I was like, dang, let's put up more. And next thing you know, we had like 100 of them, 200, 300, 400. We're almost at 500 now. So.
Jeez.
Yeah, but they don't make money like a regular. Like if I just had 500 Airbnb listings, that would probably bring in about 16, 17 mil a year, if I had that many, but it ain't like that. Plus you don't really control all the time. You're sharing the time with other owners, so it doesn't make money like that, but it can gross you about right now. Before, it was making me a lot of money a month, but that was before they put all the restrictions in. They figured out what people were doing, and they were like, oh, they're making money. Let's charge on a tax for them to make money.
They just wanted a piece of the pie.
Exactly. Exactly. And like you could easily make $1,000 a week. Right now, you could make, just not even trying, you can make $1,000 a week with now timeshares. Just extra.
Really?
On the side, yeah.
And how much would it cost to get into something that would make you $1,000 a week?
$1 on eBay.
We can do this, man. I know the timeshare king right here.
But no, somebody and one who, matter of fact, someone just posted they bought one in our group. And she said she bought it. Shout out to Tiana. She said she bought one. It worked for her. You know, she's just waiting on it to close. But yeah, you can get a timeshare for $1 to $10,000, depending on how much you want to spend.
Damn, and it's the same one that you got, the World Mark. She got it for $1.
I don't know how much she got it for, but I'm saying you can buy them for $1 on eBay.
But she has to pay the monthly fee on it, right?
Yeah, the monthly fee, that's going to take care of itself.
How much is the monthly fee usually?
You can get, my monthly fee is $144.
$144? Mm-hmm. And then she can make some, she's going to follow your plan to make this profit.
Yeah, so you get it for $144. You're paying $144 a month to access thousands of properties that you can just resell.
But when you do transfer it to someone else to rent out, they also throw a $100 fee on there, right?
Yeah,
a transfer fee.
Yeah, but Airbnb actually made a nice little thing on there now. You know, you can add these little fees on Airbnb now. Yeah, like you can, like right now, I can add a guest fee, and Airbnb charges that every single time.
So you can put on their resort fee,
yeah,
and then
resort fee, management fee, all that.
Wow.
Yeah, they made a nice little upgrade.
So as a renter, I see one of your timeshares. I'm like, you know, and I go to the final price. I'll see that $100 fee, but you could put it as a cleaning fee, even, right?
Yeah, but I put it as a guest pass fee, so they know it's a guest pass. You know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
So I don't want to make it seem like that because I do charge a cleaning fee on top of that. Yeah, you know.
So they take that $100 chunk. Plus, they tax you. They do another fee on top of that. You were saying, or no? Or that was
the guest pass.
Just $100. Mm-hmm. And there's but they didn't limit you to only doing certain ones, or they didn't do any other limitations. You could still do your same game. They just wanted $100 every time you did it.
Correct. Yeah.
So you have to put at least a 3-night minimum because you don't want to charge someone.
I'll charge them $1. You can stay one night if you want to, but it's just most people are going to stay like 3-4 days a week. I mean, I had a dude March 30th. He stayed at one night up in Estes Park, Colorado. He stayed one night, paid all of it. He just needed a place for him. But it was a 3-bedroom, so it was him and his homeboys. They just split it.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, that you really how the pricing structure set up, you're mainly going to attract crowds. Like, and I have a couple of places that hold 10. And the thing about it is, if you have the availability, you're not declining anybody. You're accepting everybody.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Wow, but in order to manage 500 listings, you have to have a VA, right?
Yeah, you got to have a VA. You got to have a virtual assistant to take care of all that.
And so now you got one virtual assistant, or how many you got?
Just one. Which he's not even fully on board yet. He's still going through training.
Oh, wow.
Because I had to stop doing it, the other way, because it wasn't profitable enough, you know.
You were paying a family member to manage it?
No, a family friend.
A family friend.
She was doing it for a long time. She did it really well, but the thing about it is costs just went up. I was paying the VA in American dollars, then I was paying the timeshare, and then the new guest pass. Everything kind of slowed down, so to pick it back up, I had to change the way I was doing it. But
restructure your business.
Yeah, I had to restructure my business, and then that was another reason why I stopped renting out the house, because I'm like, man, not only do we got the timeshares. When I first started, I was only doing timeshares, and then I started doing my house. Then I stopped doing the house because we had got the arbitrages in Dallas, and then we got the house in Arkansas that we're doing it out of. So, you know, and that house is just a killer. I call that the killer. Yeah, you know, that's the killer right there. But, you know, because I didn't expect that house to do anything. I was like, yeah, we'll probably make $500 a month, and if we do, we'll just go back to long-term renting it. But, man, it's been killing it, man.
I told you my buddy, his daughter goes to college at University of Arkansas.
Oh, she's a hog.
She's a hog.
Boo, Tigers. Go ahead.
But she's from here, which is the weirdest thing. Like, her friend wanted to go there, so of course she wanted to go there. Uh-huh. And so anyways, she wanted to join her friend joined a sorority, so she joined the sorority. And he said, "Man, those sororities are freaking killers, dude. They cost so much money."
Oh man, I'll let Mahogany tell you about that.
Oh,
Mahogany said she was like, I was about to join a sorority. I was like, oh, I gotta pay. Forget this. I'm good. I'll let you.
They call it paying for friends.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it. I was like, damn. I mean, it's cool though. You know, I got a bunch of all my cousins and uncles are in fraternities.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, you know, I was like, dang, brother, I can't pay all that. I'm good. Go buy me a house or something.
I rushed at UTA. I rushed with a fraternity. I was going to say sorority. That'd have been cool. I rushed with a fraternity and just party with them and stuff, this and that. And then I just, you know, I didn't really choose one. So I was just like, peace out. Thanks for the fun. You know.
I ain't gonna lie, that was my problem. I like to kick it with everybody, so I couldn't join one. I'm like, shoot.
Yeah, then you have enemies and all this bullshit, you know. And so, but anyways, because you were speaking of Arkansas, he said his daughter's going there. And then he said, you know, shit, it costs a lot of money to keep her in this sorority thing. Plus, they're building a brand new sorority for their chapter or their sorority, whatever the hell they are, which is about 90 girls. And this freaking thing looks like a
house, a sorority house.
It looks like a college itself. It's huge. They're showing construction on this. He goes, yeah, that's where my freaking money's going. I was like, how can they afford? I was thinking, how can they afford to build something that big? You know, I mean, this thing is just like, shit. It looked like it had like 100 rooms in it. I mean, it looked like a whole freaking enclosed apartment complex type deal. I mean, it was insane. And then I was thinking, oh man, it's probably cheap to build in Arkansas.
Oh, it actually ain't, man.
Is it? It ain't?
Nah, bro. Arkansas is a retirement state. They inflate prices off that. Like if you want, like my house in Arkansas. $300,000, easy.
You could sell your house in Arkansas, $300,000.
That's how much it would be worth. It's a retirement state.
How much? I thought you were trying to sell it at one point.
My house, that I have down there. Not my house in Arkansas. If I was to take my house in Texas, move it to Arkansas, it goes up that much because it's a retirement state. So like the housing, Arkansas is real. How would I call it? Arkansas is real segregated. So like. You really only got two parts of Arkansas. You got the straight up hood, a little bit of like the middle class-ish, Lake-ish area over there in Little Rock, and then you got Chenal, just the nicest stuff you've ever seen.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like it's straight segregated.
Probably Jerry Jones has a spot over there, huh?
Yeah, North Little Rock. I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones. Yeah, Jerry Jones. That's why he recruits all those SEC players. That's why he picked up his boy, Darren McFadden. He's from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, I remember McFadden. He is all right.
Yeah.
So anyways, I mean, yes, find a way to sell some stuff to college kids and you'll be a millionaire.
Man, I remember I told you guys about those dorms that that Mahogany used to live in college. Like the dude who he built an apartment complex for college students, but he purposely put 4 bedrooms in each, and he rented them out door by door. Now imagine that Imagine if you have 100 doors like that. That's 400 doors off top.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, this dude's smart.
Damn.
Yeah, and right there in Austin too, you got a bunch of college. You got 2 colleges down there.
Killing it. We're in the wrong game.
Matter of fact, let me do the math on that. Go ahead, man. 400 times 400.
I'll say quickly too about not doing Airbnb in that house anymore. Go ahead. What is the math?
$160K a month.
That's a lot of K. Yeah. That we're not Airbnb in the Hurst house anymore. We're renting it out full time. And you know what? And it's like kind of have to it's a keypad, so we didn't have to turn over no keys or nothing. But after we took off, I was like, man, I felt a little bit sad. And the reason. Of course, Airbnb money's pretty good, but but the reason was the best part of Airbnb that people say it sometimes, but to me the best part of Airbnb is I can still go see my house whenever I want. I can still go in my house whenever I want and make sure everything's running good, smooth.
That's real talk.
Something's messed up, I go fix it, and not like someone's telling me. I have a guest say, hey, this or that, and I'll go fix it whenever they're gone. And it's just like I have that house at my access. Mm-hmm. Whenever whenever I want to go over there. And now it's not as much. I can go over there, of course I'm going to give my tenant a heads up if I need to go do something, hide the Ouija boards and shit before I go. But and hide that crazy freaking mannequin thing. Anyways, but it's not the same, man. And so I just we felt a little sad. We're like kind of like that's where someone else is going to be using our baby now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's part of it, but you can't look at it. You got to look at it as a business.
Man, you should have let me run your Airbnb, man. I would have made so much money off that house, dude. Like, how big's the house? 3-bed?
Yeah, 3-2. About 1,500 and something square foot.
Oh man, I would have been making 3.
And that's another thing. That's another thing. I was gonna mention. Yeah, I know, but they're banning it. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Has anybody been banned? Has anybody's door been knocked on?
Well, mine ain't. Not that I know of, but the ban goes into effect like in June. So, anyways, whatever. Yeah, whatever. We're getting some guaranteed money. That's cool.
Yeah,
Even though the summer was coming, we're gonna destroy.
Oh yeah, summer is coming.
Summer's nice.
Yeah. Especially your house with the pool in the summertime. That's gonna be the man.
I told my wife whenever we're not there, we're gonna be Airbnb in that mug. And what I was thinking too, whenever you're in Mexico, I'm gonna Airbnb the rooms out.
For real, man. You can make some money off that.
I could. But here's what I guess my consensus is.
Okay.
What you want, at least in this area, to get maximum profits, I think, is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, around 150, about 1,500 square foot. Mm-hmm. Go bigger, you're looking at party house, right?
Yeah.
Go smaller, you might not get the whole family in there, a 1 or 2 bedroom, whatever. But a 3-2 is like perfect.
It is
perfect for Airbnb. 3-2, 1,500 square foot.
That's what I'm looking for.
That's what I'm looking for too. From now on, I don't want to get no crazy, too big house, because it's just you're just inviting crazy trouble partiers, and I'm not gonna. And then you have to charge more. But I just think, man,
this is my only thing. I 100% agree with you. This is the only thing, because this is it's like you got to weigh your options on it. Like I know people that purposely get 5-bedroom houses. You sleep 12, 16 up in there. You divide that by what? Because really what you want to do is, this is what you truly, truly want to do when you start looking at, even when you do this with a 3-2. You want to get more heads in there. So what you want to do is you really want to make it a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that you can sleep 8 people in. So you need queen to full-size beds in each bedroom, and then you need one of those Murphy wall bed. Man, if you get a Murphy wall bed, in the living room, man, you can hit it off with that. You put 8 people in there, and then you charge them by the head. So you really want to be charging $20 per night per head. So guess what? 20. That's like right there, 20 times 8. You're looking at what, $160 a night. So that's what you're trying to get to. So you can get to like $160 a night. Get a bunch of families in there. Set up your price labs to do the math for you, man. Because that's what I'm doing with my Little Rock house, man. It's killing it.
Nice. You got a Murphy in there?
No, I'm thinking about it.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
Freaking expensive.
I know. They're like a stack to begin with, but there's some dope beds though. They hide. You can just put them up against the wall.
Yeah, and it's much cooler than a sofa bed, I guess.
Man, way better than a sofa bed because it's an actual bed. You just pull it from the wall. But that's Amazon charges like $500 just to install it, which I don't ever use Amazon installers, but
Amazon they install your shit for you.
Anything you order off Amazon, you can have an expert come and install it.
Dude, but that takes your hands off of it, man. You can be over here. They go do everything. You don't have to go to Arkansas. You don't have to do nothing.
I mean, I'll get a handyman to do that. $500, man.
How much would a handyman charge? Would he do?
Probably $200 at least.
But at least if you do a shitty job from Amazon, you get your money back because it's Amazon. With a random handyman that fucks up, I'm sorry, bro. I changed my number.
Yeah, that's true. Because man, I was thinking those Murphy. That is one thing. Oh man, that's a number one tip. If you can get a Murphy bed, get it. You can get it.
When I was going to get that condo in South Padre, the 1-bedroom, that's what I was going to do. I was going to have a Murphy bed in the bedroom. Yep. So that would change into like a living room area too, whenever it ain't being used. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, I looked at so many of them. There were some that would fold up and would have like a sofa underneath too. So it would sit like that and then have like a sofa attached to it. It was really fucking cool.
Yeah, I seen those. Okay,
and then so it would turn into an instant living room. And then I would have a Murphy bed in the front room too. I was thinking all these things. How do I get the most out of the 640 square foot one bedroom? Kind of make it into two bedroom in a way, you know? And so, yeah, but those things are fucking expensive, dude.
They are, man. I was looking on Amazon, man. They're expensive, but
they're so cool.
I know, they're dope. They're dope. like even like all the timeshares I rent out, all of them have Murphy beds in the living room. Even if it's they even have like even the studios. The studios even sleep forward because they have a Murphy bed and they have a sofa bed in the studio. So it's people catching on to the Murphy beds, man. Because I'm trying to set up all my Airbnbs like a resort. That's how they set them up.
Here's the most speaking to a 3-2, how it's the perfect home to do Airbnb out of a house. I think is the 3-2 1,500 square foot. Don't go too big, don't go too small. And this is why, because I mean, just looking at my information, most of my guests are either 4 guests or 8 guests. You know, it's like in that range right there, from 4 guests to 8 guests. I'll every now and then get some 2 guests. I'll every now and then get some 1 guest, which the house isn't too huge and intimidating to keep someone that's just a couple out of it. Yeah. And then I'll every now and then get 10 guests. You know, the house will accommodate 10 or more people because I have those day beds. Well, those day what are they called? The trundles. I have the trundles. Okay. So it's a bed, mattress on top, mattress on bottom. So I got the trundles going on there too.
I have a question about that. Go ahead, Phil.
So that's why I think the 3-2 is just the perfect house to do it. You know, you got your living room, kitchen, you got the 3 bedrooms, you got the 2 baths. You got to have 2 baths, and it's just perfect, dude. I mean, for to make the optimal amount of money. That's what I'm thinking.
It's funny you said you got to have 2 baths. I 100% agree with that because actually my house in Little Rock is actually a 3 1.5. So it's only 1 full bathroom and then the half bath and the half bath.
Well, I'll take that back. My house it is a 1.5. So I just meant 2 bathrooms. So it has a tub, shower in one. The other one's just a bathroom. So that's what I mean. A big 3 1.5, killing it. Killing it.
Okay, that's what I have.
And so but I guess if you could add a shower to that one, that half bath, that would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But yeah, the trundles. So with you having a trundle bed, would your trundle bed fit a full adult on it? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's a full size on the bottom, a full size. Oh no, I'm sorry. A twin size bed on the bottom, twin size bed on top. So
those are for kids though.
No. It's
twin
for adults. It's a twin bed. It's a twin bed. If it's an adult on there.
A twin?
Yeah, twin bed. I believe.
Man, I can't sleep on no twin, man. I know I'm like 6'2" though.
Yeah, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because my whole question was, does that attract more kids if you have a trundle in there? Because I know I've seen some places they'll purposely put bunk beds in there to attract people with families.
Yeah, the thing is, this is like a bunk bed, but a kid can't fall off the top and get hurt. You know?
I'm saying it's the same kind of.
I think they're better. To me, I think they're better.
Yeah, I think they're better too. But I'm saying, does it attract more? Because I personally don't like having kids in there, man. I added the kid thing to my Little Rock house, man. So first guest start breaking shit, man. I'm like, so I have to take that off. I'm like, I don't want to do that because you do make more money if you allow kids and infants. You can make some money off that. Mm-hmm. Also, if you really want to make some money, put them pack and play cribs in your house.
I have that. Yeah,
you do?
Yeah. Pack and plays. Yeah.
Man, you could chart. Man, but I'm like, dang, the kids be breaking stuff though, man. Like they broke my day. Cause, I got the you got up in here the
crown molding.
I got the crown mold, man. They broke the crown molding. The first guest that had kids, man. I'm like,
man.
What?
Did you charge them for it?
No, man. Let me tell you about this. I really stopped. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't charge them for it. Somebody broke something at my Little Rock house, right? If she put it in writing, she would pay for it. That's why I don't like Airbnb. She put it in writing, she would pay for it. This was 6 months ago. And I said, cool. She was like, just send me the request through the app and I'll pay for it. I sent the request 6 months ago. Airbnb ain't came back to me. She ain't came back to me, which I think it's their job, Airbnb's job, to reach out to her. But, Yeah, Airbnb's joke.
Yeah, they're a joke.
They're a joke. But no, that's why I have it. But I'll get it fixed up. Because the dude that put it in, man, he's a pretty cool handyman, you know. So.
No, that's cool. Yeah, so there you go. My advice to people: get you a 3-2. And now it's going to make 3-2s harder for us. 1,500 square foot 3-2s.
Yeah, they really are.
That's why I almost, I told you I was trying to I was in talks to buy my sister's house when they moved to California.
Yeah.
I told you about that. It just needed too much work, man. And anyways, they ended up, they went ahead and put it on the market as is. Mm-hmm. And they were going to sell it to me for $135, but I probably could have, I was telling them all the things I had. I probably could have got it down to like $120, $125, right? Mm-hmm. And they would have been happy with that. They're like, oh, okay, well, $25K in our pockets after, selling it, whatever, paying off the bank. They would have been happy with that. And I just didn't do it because I was even talking to Ken. I was telling him what all it needed. He was like, man, really you should try to get it for, 100 or 105, but it's not even, then you'll be like, they'll think you're trying to rip them off. You start a whole rift with the family. It ain't even worth that, But that's what a wholesaler would give her.
Can I give him that? I'm not trying.
Here's how the story turned out.
Okay.
And so, anyways, they put it on the market as is. They just, tried to, clean up a little bit, and they got $150 for that damn thing.
Damn,
so now, no, California's come in and buy a huge ass house. This was a little bitty.
They got $150 for it.
3-bedroom, 1.5. They got $150 for it. Yeah.
Didn't put no work into it.
And no work into it. And so then it needed work. It needs work, but they got $150 for it. So of course I'm doing the math. Man, if I would have got it for $120, $125, just threw it on the market right away.
Could have made $25.
I'd have made a nice chunk of change, but I wasn't thinking that. I didn't think it was going to get that much, but it did.
Dang.
The housing market is insane.
Dang, man. What? Yeah.
Next time you run across 1,100 square foot house.
Yeah. Next time you run across something like that, just send them to me instead, so you don't cause no rift in your family. Go be at the family dinner. Steve's podcast partner ripped us off. It's all good.
That man is here. Let me see. Was there something that you really wanted to talk about on this episode?
Oh, man. One of the last things I want to talk about, kind of going back to the Nipsey Hussle thing. And remember, I kept always saying, take your face off your business. I think that's very important to do. I remember one of the first episodes we talked with Al Williamson, and he said how he was talking about revitalizing neighborhoods. And, somebody like Nipsey Hussle, who's not only been with the street life, but he changed his life for the better. I was like, man, you should because where he was killed at, he was killed in front of his own business, where he owned it, he owned the place. But it's like, man, because I always talk about, man, I think whenever you're doing something for a neighborhood or something, it can bring along inspiration, and depending on where you're at, it can bring along enemies, which I don't know what happened with them, but, I always say, man, you should, which is good not to take your face off your business because it can inspire people, but at the same time, I think, man, if you take your face off your business and you just keep things low-key, and then you just surround yourself with the people that want to win, I think, it'll help you out. But, it's just a way to think about it. That was what I was thinking, when I heard he got killed. I was like, damn, man. But... So
you were a fan of his before this?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Nipsey Hussle, man. Listen to that dude. I was like, dang. This guy was young. He was talking about, the guy asked him about his chain. He was like, yeah, it's just a little chain I got, but I'm not focused on that. That's just a little liability I like to have. The rest, I like to buy assets. I was like, dang, this dude's like, but yeah, man. But
that wasn't him though. He was a part of the community. He was in the community. He wasn't trying to be hiding behind stuff. So
that's true.
And his last tweet was kind of cryptic, man. What was it? Remember, you see his last tweet?
What was it?
He said, "It's a blessing to have strong enemies." That was his very last tweet.
No, you serious?
That's what he wrote. It's a blessing to have strong enemies. And so I was like, man, and that was right before he got shot. I was like, what the hell is he trying to say like that? I don't want strong enemies. I was a weak ass fucking enemies.
I didn't know he said that. That's crazy.
Yeah, look up his last tweet. So I don't know what that was about. But I guess the news is saying that, or whatever's out there is saying this guy was like wanted to be hanging with them, wanted to be with him and his crew, the guy that killed him, and he's like, he just didn't want that. He didn't want him around there. He didn't want that kind. I don't know, that type of. I guess he was a gang member and stuff. I guess he didn't want him to hang. Yeah. And so I guess he got pissed that he didn't want him hanging out and didn't want him being around him, and he went and killed him, man. Fuck, it's crazy. Crazy. Hope he enjoys prison. I bet there's a lot of Nipsey fans in prison.
Said Nipsey fans. Yeah, it ain't gonna be a pretty day on the yard. But I don't know, man. You know, so it's crazy. It's just crazy, but yeah, you know.
When keeping it real goes too far.
Man.
So yeah, man.
What you got? You got some more stuff?
We got some more stuff. We're coming up on an hour here.
Okay.
Did you want to roll another ep? Or did you have to bounce?
Yeah, I might have to bounce.
Okay, well, we'll cover a couple more topics now.
Yeah, because you had a bunch of stuff, man. You were going in at the doctor's office, man.
We'll make this a part 1, part 2.
Yeah. We can.
Chop it up. Screwed and chopped.
Yeah, you asked. Yeah, one thing I like always talking about that. You said, what happens if a recession hits? That's a good question.
And why I asked that question, and I'll pull up the text message stream that my buddy Ficarelli, he's been screaming from the mountaintops for a long time now about where we should sell everything, recession's coming, this and that, because we have that, that investment club group.
Yeah.
And so
when you say sell everything, you mean like
sell
stocks?
all of our stocks.
Okay, go ahead.
And of course, and he was always leery about real estate as it was, because he saw what happened in 2007, right?
Mm-hmm.
2007, 2008. Anyways, he asked, and that's why I wrote it on there. He said, how will housing perform in the next recession? Are we in a housing bubble? And of course, Dub right away, Warren, remember Warren?
Yeah.
He right away said, not in North Texas. And I told him, that's a broad question. North Texas has a mass migration this direction, and friendly, people coming this way, friendly to corporations, job growth, relatively affordable housing compared to the rest of the country, and no state tax.
I think your boy is watching. He just joined. What up, Fick?
Who's that? Ficcarelli. What's up, Fick? Yeah, your ears were burning, huh? And
we're talking about you, by the way.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Not bad.
No, just he asked the question. This is how I answered it, and I'd like to get your opinion on it too. And I said the last housing bubble was caused by loans being handed out to anyone with a pulse, no job required. I don't see prices dropping here, perhaps leveling off. Not now. Places like New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, etc. A recession will hit those spots pretty hard. But I think North Texas is a even the last recession we didn't get hit too bad. I mean prices went down a little, they dipped a little, but I don't see it. But perhaps maybe you see it differently. I mean, how would you think a recession would hit this area and other parts of the country?
I don't think it's going to hit Texas that hard. I think if I'll say this, you know how I do think it will hit hard. Them Californians who came down there overbidding on houses, those people it might hit hard because your house that you just put all that money in just dipped. You know what I mean? You're underwater on your house. You know what I mean? Those people I think it might hit, but people just buying right now, I can't see it. Like I can't see if you're buying houses right now because you're getting good deals on them. And I think it's like you said, it's too many people coming here. I mean, the Amazon fulfillment centers are here. We just got the Toyota just came here. It's too much stuff going on it's too many people coming here, especially big businesses coming here, to me, from what I've seen. Interest rates they're pretty good right now, but I do see like a bubble, a recession, not a recession. I do see a real estate market crash coming soon, but I don't think it'll be hit as hard here. And one of the things I think saves Texas is it's not coastal.
Yeah.
If you see all those coastal places, New York's, LA's, the Northwest, when that stuff happens, man, they get hit hard, man. They get hit hard.
They do.
Like, I don't know what Chicago did during the recession, but I know, because if you ever compare our market, we're very similar to Chicago. Very similar. So, yeah, because Chicago's the third largest metroplex in the U.S., and Dallas is the fourth. DFW is the fourth largest.
Right.
And our housing markets are very similar.
Yeah. A little less bang, bang, murdered over here, I think, than Chicago, we think.
Fake news.
No murders going down in Chicago.
Shout out to our boy, what's his name? Syed Latif. Fake news.
Oh. Well, where his places are at, anyways, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But he mentioned, back to Fick. What's up, Ficcarelli? He mentioned that his he thinks it seems a little similar to what's going on in 2007. You know how the house prices are going crazy, and he said that his
Let it go. It's been doing that. Let it go. It'll reconnect.
And then he said that a friend of his is looking for a place in Irving. Prices are real high.
Oh yeah, in Irving.
And so she's considering, or she wants to do an ARM loan. And so,
how do those work?
I'm thinking this is how I remember them working. They were all the rage back then too. You know, in the last crash, you get into a house. Let's just say they get you into it at 3% interest, but it only lasts 5 years. At that point, it could shoot up to as high as 11 or 12. It just whatever. You know, you have that 5-year time to, like, let's say, get your credit right and refinance or sell it. People, that's what people were trying to do back then. They were trying to buy them at this low ARM and then try to flip it, you know. But then the bottom fell out and they were stuck with these houses that all of a sudden their interest rate was going to go from 3% to like 12%. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, that's what I remember an ARM was. It might be a little different now. And it might actually be a good thing if you're actually if you can get it at a cheap rate. You know, you get a low thing and you have time to fix your credit up. Whereas you can refinance again in 5 years and get into a lower rate. Yeah, you'll have to pay a fee. You know to refinance and all that shit. But
not out of your pocket.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can pay it through throw it into the mortgage, whatever. Yeah. But it's. And I've heard several podcasts. It's a word that's a scary word now because ARM loan, 5-year ARM, 3-year ARM. That's what happened last time. So that's a bad thing. But these guys say no, it's actually a good tool to use if you know that you can get refinanced by that time into a 30-year, even 4% loan. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. Now if you don't have your credit straight by the time it's time to refinance, it could shoot up to like 11, 12%, and then that would suck,
So if let's say you have good credit, would an ARM loan really work? Are you in a win-win situation? If you already have a good credit and you get an ARM?
That's a good question. If you have good credit, then why don't you just sign a 30-year for 4% anyways? Why risk the interest rates going up in 5 years to, let's say they go up to 6 or 7%? Why risk that? You know what I'm saying?
That's true. You're locking in one.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just... I wouldn't take the risk. I'll lock in a 30 at 4 or 5% right now. In a heartbeat. I'm cool with that. I can always, and that's the thing. That's other people. People with houses with us. We got renters, whatever. We'll be sitting. If a recession did happen, it might actually benefit us because then they'll drop the rates all the way back down again, and we can refinance our shit, or we can tell the government, "Hey, man, I need help." Because all these government, especially hopefully there's a Democrat in office, and they throw us all these government assistance stuff, and we get some Obama monies thrown at us, and we get to stay in our houses and actually be sitting prettier with lower payments. I mean, there's ways to work it. There's ways to work it.
And that was my thing. If a recession hits, would you rather have cash or a mortgage?
Oh shit, that's a good question. Both.
Yeah. And then you have to look at inflation too. I always have to counter inflation. See, that's what I was about, because I asked you earlier about Argentina. I'm like, how far does a dollar go? I know it gives you $41, but how far does that go? And you were like, oh man, I don't know the rents and how much groceries.
Yeah, I didn't study all that stuff.
Yeah, see that's where because. That's why I wanted to get a VA over in Ghana, because I know how far a dollar goes. Like, okay, my friend tipped a guy. He gave a guy $20 in Ghana. Like, he was at his restaurant. He gave him $20, and he had on his robe and everything. He was working. As soon as he gave him the 20, he took off his robe, told everybody he was done for the day. Shut down shop. Closed the shop for a whole week, because that's how far the dollar goes. And technically, it was only like 60 Ghana cedis that he gave him. Because it's only a $4. It's only like $1 over here was at that point was a $4 in Ghana cedis. So, it's that's what I was saying. You got to know how far the dollar stretches over there. Which that's why I wanted to know, like, how far does it stretch? That's why we got to get your boy Federico on, man.
Oh yeah. And I asked him about a little bit about investing over there, and he suggests against it, just because he's over there, and he said the situation is going to get worse. You know, the financial crisis is going to get worse. To me, looking at it on the other side, I'm like, that's when you want to invest, when they're like all the way down in the dumps. That's when we want to go buy shit, right?
Yeah, me too. That's how I'm looking at it.
You don't, the Warren Buffett thing. There's blood in the streets, and there's literally blood in the streets over there. So that's But I told you another thing too, that they have like they've been known for their strong squatter laws. So if someone could start living in your place, it's hard to get them out. You know?
Oh man, like 50 said, get the strap. Oh man, dang. For real, they got strong squatter laws over there?
Squatter laws, yeah. If they're there for a certain amount of time, that shit's theirs now. I'm like, damn. I know they're trying to change that, but it's like embedded into the culture and shit. So we got to talk to Federico about that, man. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
But even if you have somebody manage it for you, you know what I'm saying? Because we would have to have somebody manage it, but
yeah, and I got Federico over there. I mean, I don't know. That's why I thought we had it in. You know, he has a nice spot, and if we can get another spot similar to his, especially at a discount, a deep discount, so we got to talk to him. We'll get him on the show.
Another reason I was thinking, like, how far that dollar stretches. I'm like, dang, if you could get paid in U.S. dollars, be paying your cleaner $5 per turnover. Man, you're making some money, and then you charge the guest $50-$60.
Yeah.
Can't, you know.
The ones that are really getting hurt by this crazy inflation is, you know, the workers there that are still making the exact same money.
Yeah.
You know, they're used to getting paid $100 a week, let's just say, right? Mm-hmm. Or let's just say they get paid 1,000 Argentine pesos a week. Okay. Everything costs about whatever. The rate to a dollar was like 120 to 1 back then. Mm-hmm. And in just a few years, it's already doubled. It's already inflated twice, you know, to what the dollar is. So, in other words, if they had like $10,000 in their bank account, it just went down to $5,000 because of the inflation, and the prices of everything went up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it sucks to be them. But if you're an American living there, making American dollars from here, yeah, you'd be sitting all right. You'd be doing all right.
Yeah, man. I think I want to look into it, just because. I mean, even if you say it's going down, but I mean, your dollar stretches farther from what it sounds like. I just don't know the conversion rate. You know, I want to get somebody on that knows that conversion rate, so we know, hey, you know, what we can do over there.
Right.
So,
what's up, Norman?
What up, Norm? But yeah, I mean, I'm down to go down there and see what's going on. Because
let's take a trip.
Especially, I'm down to take a trip. I was like, especially if you have to look at it like this: if the American tourism market's down there, if they still touring your city, that's where you can make the money.
Oh yeah, it's a worldwide tourism place right there. Everybody, you know, a lot of people go to Buenos Aires. It's a beautiful place.
Where do they have they had FIFA over there in Argentina? I know they have it in Brazil, but have they had it in Argentina?
Like the World Cup?
Yeah, the World Cup.
Oh man, they might have a long time ago. I know that Brazil, they had it recently in their border of Argentina. So I don't know. I don't know when the last time they had it there. Probably in the 50s or 60s back then.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Because I know, man, see, if you can get somewhere where because soccer is a world sport. World sport. Like,
it's the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah, it is. Like, soccer, you can't get no wrong.
They're crazy mad about their soccer over there, too.
Yeah.
Argentina? Kill a mofo for their team, man. It's crazy.
That's where Messi from, right?
Messi's from there.
Yeah. You know, you got to show the love with young Messi out there. You know?
He stays in Barcelona, though, you know.
He does?
Yeah, that's where he plays, Barcelona. And pretty much lives there, has his family there. So, you know, he comes back to Argentina, too, I'm sure. But, yeah, man, I mean, investing internationally, you got to look at it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, shit. Why not?
Where else could you? Yeah, see, and that's something I'm gonna research that in the next couple of weeks.
I would invest in Mexico just because my wife's from there, you know, and her family's there, so we have a base there. You know what I'm saying?
How far does your dollar stretch over there?
It hovers. It's like 19 to 1 right now. So, and everything, when I would go to Mexico, everything's pretty freaking cheap, man. It stretches far away. Right. I mean, you could probably, if you made 30 G's a year there, you'd probably live pretty good, pretty comfortable.
No, if you made 30 G's a year here.
Yeah, if you made 30 G's American and lived there, that's why a lot of expats go live there. Mm-hmm. You know, they get them a nice house, nice place, nice setup. And they got their health care is cheap over there, and they can get the good doctors and stuff like that. And they don't have to pay with fucking prices like here, man. It's out of control. Damn. So a lot of expats, you know, they go retire over there, live a good life.
Dang, 30, man. Make some money down there, man.
So I'm down for that. I'm all but giving up on trying to get like buy a place like in somewhere like Padre or somewhere like, you know, somewhere on any coast where you have to buy, you know, when you buy a condo, then you have this HOA fee for the rest of your life that just goes up every fucking year. Man. I don't see it, man. It would be hard to profit on something like that. But if I bought a place in Mexico, you know, cash money, nice place on, you know, right on the beach, something like that. They don't have like the taxes like we got here every year. They just go up until forever. And you can rent that place, you know, make some money,
How much? Let's say I have a 3-bed, 2-bath house in Mexico, right? How much would I have to pay a cleaner to clean that?
Shit, $5.
For real?
Yeah, it's cheap. They'd be happy with that.
Oh man, we gotta go to Mexico, man. For real, $5.
$5, man.
And you know what else I've been thinking about? Cleaning in America to save money, like on your cleaning fee.
Yeah.
Pay people by the hour. You could find a cleaner that will clean your place spotless for $12. It's easier to find somebody that will clean your place spotless for $12 an hour than it is to give them a flat rate of $75 because they're guaranteed to get paid anyway. But if it's hourly, they'll put their foot into it.
Unless they sit on the couch for the first couple hours, then they get up and they start cleaning.
True, but I'm saying somebody you trust. I've noticed that it'll save you money, man. If you do it by the hour.
How about you make them wear a GoPro hat
while they're cleaning the GoPro? Yeah, to verify it.
We're watching you.
But because I mean, even if it takes you 3 hours to clean something for $12, that's $36. Man, and then you're charging $80 cleaning fee.
That's when you get your own cleaning company, right?
Yeah, that's one thing I'm thinking about doing too. Starting a cleaning company. That's one thing.
Then you can pay them hourly, whatever you want. Well, you know, at least the minimum wage.
Oh yeah, you're right. If you manage Airbnbs, having a cleaning company would be a plus because then you can control the cleaning fee and you control your cleaning crew. Pay them $12 an hour or $10.
That's good money.
Yeah. People will do that for $12.
It's more than Amazon, and you don't have to be a slave at Amazon. Shit.
Man, who you telling?
Straight slave labor at Amazon, dude. It's crazy. I've heard the stories. But, so, good show. What do you think?
Yeah, man, good show.
It's always fun getting Myka back in the studio.
Yeah, so, you know, always got to come to the studio, drop some knowledge.
Yeah, if I do, in which that's what we're leaning towards, Airbnb and out this house. So we'll still have it here. I'll still hope, you know, whenever they probably Wednesdays might not be booked. Maybe they will. I'll use your new pricing, whatever. And what's the pricing app you use?
Oh, Price Labs.
Price Labs. Hell
yeah, man.
Keep it booked. Keep it red, solid across the way. Yeah. And and we can still do our podcast here, or you can do it at the new studio at the house, you know, at the new house.
Matter of fact, I might turn one of my rooms into I got enough room now. I might turn one of them into a podcast, a little studio. We'll see. We got options. Stevie Stacks about to get another spot, so, you know.
Yeah.
We might be podcasting out there by the pool, man, you know. Sunshine, got the shades on, you know, the lokes on. We might do it.
God is good.
Yeah. But yeah, man, check us out, liveletthrive@gmail.com. You can hit us up follow us on Instagram, Live Let Thrive. You can follow me on Instagram, Share Bed and Breakfast. Matter of fact, somebody just hit me up.
Just made some money.
San Diego Performance. Oh, somebody from Turo hit me up. If we're ever in San Diego and need a cool car, hit me up. Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah. Follow us on Share Bed and Breakfast, Live Let Thrive. We can join our fan page too. We got to get that popped off.
Hell yeah.
We got to start advertising. We got to start boosting some posts.
Boost. Boom.
Matter of fact, I'm going to do that.
So find us out there. You already found us. You're listening to us right now, and spread the word. You know, we're growing. We like this. We like doing this. It's fun, and we love all the feedback. So keep it coming. And we
episode 86. Man.
Go get that money, y'all.
Go get that paper.
And R.I.P. Nipsey.
Yeah, rip Nip. R.I.P. Nipsey. Peace.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.